Yeah. Keep it real when I walk, keep it real when I talk. I'ma keep it real, give you something you can feel when I talk. We gon' keep it 100. Listen, this is the way, you in the right place, cause I got time today. Big G, keep it 100.
Listen up, you Yenzis. Live in the building, keeping it 100. Live podcast, live noonday rant, jumping off with your boy Big G of the Know It Alls podcast channel. Man, listen, thank you guys for all rocking with me, coming out early and often on the Keeping It 100 show. I love your support. I thank you so much for your support of what you do over here on the channel. If you've not already liked and subscribed, like and subscribe and share. Tell with a friend, hey, listen, man, I know this podcast, Know It Alls podcast, it's off the freaking chain, man. Every week with the content like Minister Yens, Keeping It 100, Smash the Gas, the Know It Alls podcast show, all different type of content. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We're moving towards 2K subs. We can't do it without you, man. Memberships are wide open. If you want to become a member of the Know It Alls podcast channel and become a member of Know It Alls Nation, make sure that you subscribe. Look at the different tiers. We have multiple tiers for that. Please check them all out and decide whether or not you want to become a member. And lastly, super chats are wide open. So if you want to get your comment, rant up on the screen, super chats are wide open. Make sure you hit it up. Y'all, I got an interesting show for you today. Let me say what's up to some of the people in the live chat. Christine, what's going on, girl? Pickens, you big dummy, man. Good to see you, man. Sean Callahan, my people, man. What's up with you, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, Jens. Glad to see you, man. Dwayne, what's happening, man? Good to see you, man. Swoozy, man. What's going on? Corey, 247. Reginald Rivers, what's happening? Felicia, girl, what's up going on? What's going on, girl? Felicia, listen, it's going to be wild in the streets today. Them still the streets for sure. Good to, like I said, once again, good to see all you guys. Wes, man, what's up? Great to see you, man. We're going to probably get about 100 plus people all falling in for the show today. And listen, we got a wild one. We got a wild one for sure because this is the topic matter, and this is the show. Listen, to the Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the best defensive back rooms in the National Football League. Let's just list off some of the players that they have in the room. Look at the safeties. Strong safety, free safety. Deshaun Elliott coming off of an injury from last season. Jalen Ramsey moved from the cornerback position to the safety position. Jaquan Brisker, who we've acquired through the Chicago Bears via free agent. Sebastian Castro. Didn't get a lot of time back and forth on the practice squad, up, down on the roster. Kid last year from Iowa. Darnell Savage, free agent signing, was a first-round draft pick, number 19 overall a few years back. Been a journeyman across the league. Jack Henderson, another safety. The cornerbacks, Joey Porter Jr., who in my estimation, easily top 10 corner in the league. Jamal Dean, and pairing him with Joey Porter Jr., you might have the best combo in the whole National Football League of 1-2 shutdown corners. Asante Samuel Jr., great backup acquisition, signed to a one-year deal for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Echols, who played sock corner primarily for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. Corey Trice Jr., who's had all kind of injuries. We've never really seen him, but he fits the avatar. Dante Kent, a rookie drafted last year that I think the Steelers are expecting a lot of big things from. Daquan Hardy, rotational corner that can come in and spell, give you some minutes. And Deshaun Jameson, y'all. Listen, we got one hell of a backfield. We got one hell of a backfield over there in Pittsburgh. Christine, go look up Jack Anderson. Go look it up. Check out. Tim Lyons said that the diabolical one has entered the chat. Where's where I ain't seen the diabolical one? I know Tim wants to be a diabolical one, but Claude Bishop is the true diabolical one over here, y'all. But yeah, listen, y'all, we got a big time moves in the defensive backfield. Felicia, what you said, Big G, the Steelers are ready to put our foot on the necks that lines up against us. Come on, man. On defense, we're ready. Felicia, I don't know about that. We're going to talk a little bit about it today, right? Now, for all intents and purposes, let's just be honest, because, I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. Defensive backfield was a concern going into the offseason of 2026 for Pittsburgh. What's up, Jar Devil, man? Good to see you, right? It was a major concern. We had Curious George back there playing DB. Hell, let's just tell the truth. We couldn't stay healthy last year. We were out there playing big nickel. We lost to Sean Elliott. We had to go get the guy from the New England Patriots that absolutely couldn't play couldn't play safety, right? Elliott couldn't stay healthy. JPJ had nagging injuries. It was just a mess. The defensive backfield was a mess. And for a lot of Steelers fans, that was a huge concern. Like, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? Hey, we got a new member, man. Dev Utes. Dev Utes became a member. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining the channel. Good to see you in here. Check out all the podcast content that's out there. Man, you're going to find some good stuff, man. So we appreciate your support, right? So it was a mess. It was a freaking mess, the defensive backfield. And on top of that, not just a mess from the fact that we had all kind of injury issues. It was a mess sometimes with the play on the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers. How many times did we see? I hate to rehash memories for you, but do you remember what Jamar Chase did to Jalen Ramsey? 18 catches. Do you remember Kyle Duggar getting toasted for looked like he was trying to catch a fair catch because Shedeur Sanders just threw the ball up in the middle of nowhere and he couldn't stop the guy? Do you remember the Green Bay Packers tight end killing us on a crossing route and literally running over defensive backs as he was on his way to score? The list goes on and on and on about what we had going on at the defensive back position. So it was a concern. So even with some ends, we got to draft a corner early. We got to draft a safety early. But now, I don't know. Take a look again. Take a look at what we've acquired. Savage, Brisker, reacquisition of Samuel, Jamal Dean. Y'all, it's looking good. In my opinion, it's looking better than it's actually looked in a long time. It's looking better than it's actually looked in a long time. Reginald Rivers, what you say, man? Big G, Mel Kiper must have been listening to you. In his latest mock draft, he has picked Vega. Listen, I've been screaming Vega forever. I've been saying he's a generational talent forever. I've been saying it. Now, if he's listening or not, I don't know. But the deal is, I was talking about Vega before anybody else was talking about Vega. I was talking about Vega. Because I knew what I saw on film, man. I knew what he saw, right? Steel Dog. Savage is just another Chuck Clark. Nah, Steel Dog. He's not. Chuck Clark was an over-the-hill, washed defensive back that if you saw his film when he played in Cleveland before he came to the Pittsburgh Steelers, you knew he was done from Cleveland. Savage tape is not bad. The issue with Savage is two things. Savage has an injury history, which is true, and Savage sometimes has issues with his coaching. But his talent is there. And let me be clear. You don't pick a safety at pick number 19, and I know it was the pick number 21 in the 2019 draft, unless he had talent. So I don't know. Yeah, Biggie, I know you spelled his last name wrong too, Biggie. It's Jalen Waddle. It's Waddle. Jalen Waddle. Yes, they traded their first-round draft pick out of the wide receiver out of Miami, was traded to the Denver Broncos for their 30th overall pick or 31st overall first-round pick, and the Broncos pick up a fourth-rounder. So, yeah, absolutely. I know you thrilled to death. Great big-time move for the Broncos. Facts, right? Felicia said, I expect our defense to make changes when needed to stop sticking to the same damn play that everyone else can see and call out loud. Oh, you're talking about cover 3? You're talking about drop cover 3 that they ran diabolically under Mike Tomlin and his defense that we saw over and over, and big nickel and in cover 3. Yeah, absolutely. 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 You've seen it all over and over again. Right now, it's Vega over Amari Cooper at 21. If Vega, then Zachariah Branch. I get it, G. I don't think Zachariah Branch is a second-round pick, but I get it. I get it, right? Christine says, so Miami is taking a wide receiver pick with 1, unfortunately. No, why would they? They might, but they don't have a quarterback down there. And if they do, so what? It's going to be Tyson or Boston or Makai Lemon or Tate. It's going to be one of them dudes that we didn't have a chance of hell getting anyway, Christine. They didn't have a chance of hell getting them. Man, black and gold standard, man. Still need to add pieces, especially in the safety room. Most of them guys won't be there next year. Now, Curb, I don't disagree with this. I don't disagree. I do agree but the need is not there early on in the draft, Kirby, where it's always been. Wes, man, what's happening? He said, I like our additions to the defensive backfield, but the only thing that concerns me is our defense team speed. Speed kills, and we're not fast enough. So, Wes, I guess the question is, do we have a bunch of 4-3 defensive backs? No. But there ain't that many 4-3 wide receivers in the National Football League either. Legit 4-3 dudes, right? Legit 4-3 dudes, right? Still Elise says, they pissing me off. They bought in Beck for an all-30 visit. Hell no. Straight from a Hurricanes fan. Listen, all 30 visits are not, believe it or not, they're not that big of a deal. They are big, but they're not that big of a deal. And they're going to do their due diligence. They know maybe about that there's talent and all whatever else. They'll bring the person in to see if they're fit. But just because they bring them in for an all 30 visit doesn't mean they're going to draft them. So don't get all in a tensy and all be like, it ain't no, don't be all upset, right? Don't be all upset. So what Mark Malone say? Oh, Big G, they're high on Beck. They are. They're high on Beck. They're high on Drew Aller. They're high on Nussmeier. I mean, let's be clear. Now, there's reports out there that they're high on Ty Simpson too, but sometimes all 30 visits are smoke screens. They really are. It's chess, not checkers, y'all. It's chess, not checkers, right? So Mark Malone, they might be high on him, but I promise you this, bruh, they ain't picking him higher than the 4th round. I promise you that. They're not going to use a 1st, a 2nd, or a 3rd round pick on Carson Beck. They ain't doing it. So they can be high on him. I understand it, but maybe for a 4th or a 5th round pick, okay. If you want to take a run at a guy, okay, cool. But 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, too many holes in the Steelers. Too many holes in the Steelers right now, right? Steeler, yeah, what's happening, man? Great to see you. Never seen you in the chat before. Good to see you. He said, yo, I know about your side. I don't have a side chick, bro. I've been married faithfully for 30 years. Still, yeah, I ain't never had no side chick, never. That you must be confusing me with somebody else that I calls with. But I've been married faithfully to the same woman for 30 years. Nah, that ain't me. I ain't the kid, right? Arch Baby Doll for the 2. G, who was the best signing in free agency for us? Arch Baby Doll, that's a great question. If you count Pittman as a free agent aspect, then it's got to be Pittman. It's got to be Pittman. Got to be. But if you say free agent, Brisker, right? I say Brisker. Yeah, definitely safety. Because Asante Samuel was a big-time pickup to reacquire him and to keep him in the room. But I say Brisker. There was now a sneaky one was Bay, the defensive tackle out of Tennessee. That was a sneaky one. That was a sneaky one because he's legitimately a zero shade or one shade defensive tackle, but he didn't necessarily play that in Tennessee. So I think from a rotational piece, he's huge. He's absolutely huge. So, but yeah, I would say maybe Bay, maybe Brisker. Definitely them two to start out with. But Pittman, the trade for Pittman, and oh my God, I forgot about Rico Dowdell. I forgot about Dowdell. Yeah, I forgot about Dowdell. That was huge too. Because, and let me just say this. This will make it all make sense, Arch Baby Dog. There's going to be camp battles. Running back, safety, left tackle, corner. Yeah, there's going to be camp battles. Definitely camp battles. So maybe, and I told you already how the thing works. Omar played both sides of the fence. He had people that would cover this side and covered that side, just in case this player gets to acting up or this guy messes up. I told you that already. So I believe wholeheartedly there was some good signings, but I think because the need. Dean was huge because we needed somebody to go opposite of JPJ. Brisker's huge because he might start at safety. Let me just say this too about what I think about safety. Y'all, there's no way in hell, there's absolutely no way in hell that Jalen Ramsey's going to play safety full-time for $24 million. It's not happening. It's not happening, right? So he's going to renegotiate some of the money. Definitely going to renegotiate some of the money because he's not going to play safety. Not going to happen. Oh, you probably Big B. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I feel you still. I get it, but it ain't the kid. And like I said, I ain't tripping. Other people was like, oh, man, people tripping and all whatever else. Nah, bro. Trust me. Been married, man. 29 years, faithfully to the same woman. Love my wife the ground she walk on. So, nah, it ain't the kid. Nah, it ain't me. So I get it because sometimes people confuse this one with that one, but it ain't none of my business. So but I'm just telling you, it ain't me for clarity purposes, right? Black and gold standard. Be more concerned about the 64 guys that they don't bring in for a top 30 visit. Those are the guys they're looking to draft. This is smokescreen season. That's big facts, Kirby. That's absolutely huge facts concerning what's going on, man. Huge facts, right? Sean R., man, what's cracking, man? Ramsey should be out the door, honestly. He didn't look good last year and a lot of bread. I ain't mad. I mean, I'm not paying him $24 million. I'm not doing that. There ain't no way in hell I'm doing that. All right? Felicia said, Big G, still a 76. Yeah, must be the one of Claw's people trying to get you in the Matrix at home. Felicia, I can never go in the Matrix at the crib. I'm solid over here. I'm solid as a rock, baby. Y'all know that song, Solid as a Rock? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm solid over here, so I'm good. I'm good for sure, man. Dwayne, what's cracking, man? What's cracking, Dwayne? Good to see you, man. So now, my question to you guys, to the chat, do we have a top 5 defensive back room? Do we have a top 5 defensive back room? Do we have a top 5 defensive back room? I say it's close. Realistically, all playing aside, all jokes aside, it's close. Reginald Rivers said, Big G, are you sold on McCarthy right now? Yeah. Listen, so, Reginald, let me address this, and I'm going to come back to the top 5 room. The issue's this, bro. The issue's this. We all, and most of us, wanted a young coach in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We were all like, Mike McCarthy, he's a recycled coach. We're going to get more of the same. We're going to get more of the same. So why do I do it? But then I saw a shift, and I saw layers of coaches hired, including our defensive back coach, who was a defensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, now coming in to be a defensive back coach for us in the Steelers, right? And I also saw Mike McCarthy get out of Omar Khan and Andy Waddle's way. There's been more stuff going on for the Steelers, more untraditional for the Pittsburgh Steelers than I've seen in years. So am I okay with McCarthy? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with McCarthy and what he's doing because he's not in Omar Khan's way. And that's all that matters. We still need to continue to flip the roster, change over the roster. We still need to continue to do it. But yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm good with it. Now, going back to my question I asked you guys, are we a top 5 defensive back room? Are we? So let's identify where we know they're more talented than us. Let's start with the Houston Texans. We know for a fact that the Houston Texans defensive back room is loaded. We know they're loaded. Absolutely. So I would say, yes, they're better than us. Okay? I'm going to say the Denver Broncos is right there with us or above us. Defensive back room. So that's definitely 2. Based on what the Los Angeles Rams did in this offseason by getting 2 corners, including McDuffie, the Los Angeles Rams are better than us in the defensive backfield. So there's the Rams. There's the Denver Broncos. There's Houston. No, the Texans, did the Texans add Blankenship? Yeah, they might have, because Blankenship left the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, Houston loaded, right? So there's 3. I want y'all to think, where's the other one? Where's 4 and 5? Where defense, based on what you saw for us, based on where you saw for us, based on this room as we currently stand today, name 2 other defensive back rooms where they're more talented than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look at the roster. Porter, Dean, Samuel, Eccles, Trice, Kent, Jamison, Hardy, Elliott Ramsey, Brisker, Castro, Savage, and Henderson. Name another defensive backfield. Now, see, I knew the Black Ghost Santa was going to say Seattle. See, Kirby, you ain't been doing your research. They lost Woolen. They lost Kobe Bryant. Not no more. They lost Woolen. They lost Kobe Bryant. Not no more. Not no more. No. Not no more. They did. Yes, Sean, you can. You can make an argument in Philadelphia because of the corners. They definitely got 2 dog corners over there. Definitely. So Philadelphia, I say Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, maybe a little bit. I would say maybe even because of the cornerbacks that they have. Felicia, I don't know about the 49ers. I don't know. They play good team defense. But overall, having actual players, yes, still elite. We said Houston. I started the list with Houston. Right off the back. Tim, Lions, the Buffalo Bills. Tim, you're going, that's a flag on the play, Tim. The Buffalo Bills, Tim. The Buffalo Bills. Come on, Tim. And I understand you asked it as a question, but man, come on, man. The Buffalo Bills. He said, I'm taking our room over Philly overall. Because, yeah, we got some dogs. Tim Lions, Tim, you about to get doubled down with the flags. The Vikings? Tim, you're approaching that special place. You're approaching that special place, Tim. There's a special place. The penalty box. You're approaching it. The Bills and the Vikings better than ours? Come on, man. So, Tim, I hear you say they had the best pass defense. You know what that means? They had defensive linemen that got out their quarterback. Pass defense is not just the defensive backs. It's the overall defense and the defense's ability to put pressure, including getting sacks and all whatever else. Yeah. No, come on, man. I'm talking about personnel, straight up personnel. Raymond, man, what's up? Raymond Santiago. Never seen you in the chat before. Thanks for joining the pod. We appreciate you. He said, imagine thinking free safety is more of a need than nose tackle. We need a left guard, wide receiver, then a nose tackle is extremely needed. or we will be ran over again. I don't want to see Benton push back for 17 more games, man. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Listen, I know that, well, in my opinion, the priority is the left side of the offensive line right off the back. We don't have a left guard. There's questions about, is Dalvin Cook or Jones going to play left tackle? That's priority. That's priority. Second priority, nose tackle. Yeah, we have depth. Now, Bay is going to help with the depth. But it's nose tackle is right there with wide receiver. Right there. Because we need depth in the wide receiver room. Right. Wolin signed with Philly. Facts. I told you that, Kirby. That's why I said Philadelphia might be there. Wolin signed. But Wolin, he cut up sometimes too. He be out there getting killed. Somber the Charger? No, I'm not going to throw a flag on that one, Somber. I'm not going to throw a flag. Felicia, no, Seattle, they lost too many people. They had lost too many people. Tim Lyons said the Steelers had the highest paid defense last year. How'd they look after 18 on paper? They was horrible. I mean, and I'm saying that from a critiquing standpoint with a team that won 10 games last year. Don't forget the fact that we won 10 games and had no offensive efficiency. Don't forget the fact that our defense had to bail us out over and over and over and over and over and over again. Our defense had to bail us out because we had no offensive efficiency. Don't forget the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers lost time of possession in the National Football League last year. Teams damn near doubled up on us in time of possession. Don't forget that. Don't forget that if you go back and look at the games, 40-plus minutes for one team, 20-plus minutes for the Steelers. I think the Steelers only won time of possession 2 or 3 times last year in totality. They won time of possession, which means that your defensive backfield and your defensive backs and your defense was on the field double the amount of time than anyone else. Right. That's facts, our baby doll. It was awful. We pointed it out. If you go back and watch all of the 2-minute warning shows that I did with Afton, Tate, Woodfresh, and Kirby, and you go back and watch, and we would pull up the time of possession at every show, and we got our ass mopped in the time of possession over and over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over again, right? Raymond, man, remember before last season started, we all said anything less than a top 5 defense is unacceptable. They'll end up being one of those worst defenses in the league. How bad was Tomlin and Terrell Austin? They were horrible. That's why Tomlin and Terrell Austin ain't here no more. And I'm going to be honest, Raymond, we do not care. Mike Tomlin ain't for Pittsburgh no more. I don't even want to talk about him no more. I talk about this, the brand. I don't even care about Mike Tomlin. Who cares? He gone. He going to stay gone. Let the good Lord hit you where the Lord split you. Let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. He gone. And he going to stay gone. And Terrell Austin gone, and he going to stay gone. We got new defense. We got new coaches. Graham as the head defensive coach. The defensive back coach was a defensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. Whole new scheme. And we're going to run a 3-4 the right way versus being in diabolical cover 2. Diabolical cover 3. What? They at one point they were playing games where they were 60% of the snaps was in cover 3. Drop cover 3 on top of all of that. And Tampa 2. Big trash. Big trash defense. You hear me? Full trash defense. How can you stop anybody like that? No wonder a team would get 17 plays, 78 yards, a touchdown. 14 plays, 72 yards, a touchdown. Because it wasn't like they was killing us over the top. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers only got beat deep less than 7 times all season last year. What they would do is they would get yak yards on us, and then they would just literally run the ball on us and short pass game us to death. Short, i.e., them diabolical Bengals. Them diabolical Bengals. Still, at least at Tampa 2 is only good when you have at least pass rush up front. Facts. 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 Oh, Tim, I've got your point all along. There's no bias here. No. We look great, but there's no proof of it right now. But no, we're going to execute too because we run a different defense. We're going to run a different defense. Yeah, I see a lot of sacks this year. I do. You know why I see that too, Cal? Because the DBs. Because so now let me put you up on game as far as defense works too. I'll put you up on straight up game with this. When a offensive play caller calls a play, and the play is relayed into the quarterback, the player calls the play to the line. He tells them their assignments, the wide receivers, the tight ends, the running backs. They tell the assignment. When the quarterback goes up to the line, he's actually got two clocks in his head. He's got the play clock that he's looking at. And then he also knows how long do I have to execute this play, right? For a lot of plays last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the opposing team's quarterback knew that they had longer to be able to get the ball out because the Steelers couldn't get pass rush. Because pass rush has to work hand in hand with defensive back coverage. So our DBs are going to look trash because the pass rush can't get home, right? So that gives them more time. Now this year, I think the Steelers, because they're going to run a traditional 3-4 in a lot of ways, are going to come up with exotic blitzing that's going to get pressure on the opposing cornerback. Now all the defensive back has to do is go 1,001, 1,002, maybe 1,003. The quarterback will make a bad throw, an errant throw, because he's got pressure on him versus, okay, we know that if we chip TJ Watt on this side, nobody else is getting home. We know they're only rushing 4. We know they're only rushing 3. You're not going to see that out of this year's defense. You might see it in situations, but you're going to see a heavy blitz package out of Graham, which includes Dean blitzing, which includes Brisker blitzing, which includes Ramsey blitzing. And, oh, guess what? JPJ might blitz this year too with Echols. See, that's for you guys that are traditional Steelers, that's the old Blitzburg. You didn't know where it was coming from. And you're going to see that a lot more. Now, I understand and know teams are on a lot of 11 personnel to stop that. So they play a lot, and it goes short pass game, quick pass game. But now you got 2 avatar corners that can roll up on your 2 outside wide receivers. Dean and Joey Porter Jr. can play man press. They can. The issue is going to come down with who in the hell we're going to put at slot corner. Is it going to be Echols? I doubt if it's Asante Samuel because he don't really like to hit like that. Will you see Ramsey at slot corner? Because that's the outlet. The outlet is the slot corner, and if they're in 11 personnel, the opposite tight end, who might get a one-on-one with the slot corner or an outside linebacker. That's the advantage. So from a defensive back standpoint, yes, we got the personnel, but we also going to have the package, and that's what matters. Yes, Art Baby Doll, bring it back to Pittsburgh. Yes, Christine, absolutely bring it back. Exotic blitzing, that's what we need. Clock management may still be an issue with Mike. He did a lot with Dallas. That's facts, man. That's fact. See, because Mike Wazowski wants to score. Mike McCarthy wants to score. That's why he runs heavy 11. He's trying to put the pressure on you, and he don't care because he's going to think, oh, my defense is going to stop you. So he's trying to put the pressure on you. So he want to score, right? So it could become an issue, right? Yenzer Woj, Ramsey did. So when you saw Ramsey get burnt sometimes from the slot, so let's go back to the Buffalo Bills game, like in particular. Let's go back to the Baltimore Ravens game. He wasn't actually in the slot. He was playing safety. And he literally let the guys cross his face. Literally let them cross. Twice against the Ravens. They ran the same damn play. They ran it one way, scored a touchdown, came back and ran the same play all over again. Ramsey was the safety on that play. But him rolling down, trying to be aggressive, not realizing what his assignment is. That's why I'm telling y'all that Brisker is going to play safety because he understands the position. And I don't know if Ramsey's going to play safety all like that. right? Sean said, hot take. Echols look way better in the slot than Ramsey. That's not a hot take, bro. That's not a hot take. But a lot of times, the safety was Ramsey. The way that the defense rolled and all whatever else, he was really the safety. But he was out there like Curious George, putting his head all in the backfield, not realizing, dude, if they cross your face, there's nobody behind you. The safeties are the last man standing. The last man standing. Big E's hairdresser. He said, I'm fired up thinking about how much better this team's going to be. Man, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, man. Mark Cunningham, great to see you, man. He said, I'm excited to see what Graham does in this defense. Glad we keep Queen and Ramsey for another season. Yeah, we got to see what it looks like. That Stiller Lee, you're right. That's what I mean about miscommunication. The DBs would look at each other not knowing who to cover. I think they did know, Stiller Lee, but they was blaming each other a lot. I think they knew, but there was a lot of this one blaming that one blaming this one. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. And some of that, let's be clear, let's spit facts, was because Tomlin was really calling the defense. But Terrell Austin was calling the defense. And there was some bickering going back and forth about the defense that they was calling. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to be clear. There was issues all along because Tomlin wanted to play a defense a certain way. And Terrell Austin sometimes might have saw it different or coached it different. And something else Tomlin allowed was a lot of freelancing on defense. Nah, Graham's not going to allow that to happen. Y'all, let me tell you something. The Raiders didn't have any personnel. Crosby. Name another Raider defender. The Raiders wasn't bad on defense. I mean, just for real. The Raiders didn't have any personnel. Crosby. Name another starter. And they weren't bad on defense. They weren't bad because they were disciplined. They were disciplined, man. Arch Baby Doll said, Tomlin had his hands all over everything. Yes, that's facts. That's absolute facts. Patrick Graham is the most exciting staff signing this year. Yinzer Woj, I ain't mad at you. Right? Big E, I've been telling you. That's where Big G keeps telling you guys you need a true green dot to make sure everybody's on the same page. Big E, man, I've been screaming it. And I've been screaming all along that Patrick Queen's not a green dot. I've been screaming it and all along that Patrick Queen is not a green dot. He's not. You got the guy playing a position that he's not. We need a guy that can line him up. Facts, right? Raymond says, Terrell Austin was the biggest yes man ever. Yes, facts. That's facts. Tomlin we know all that, but we moved on. That's why I'm more excited about the defensive backs we have now. Christine said Ramsey didn't have to switch to safety because of our situation. Right. Correct. He's a better big nickel. And with a better scheme, that's where he needs to be. Yes, because once Elliott got injured, who did you turn to? Curious George? Chuck Clark? Thornhill? Super Trash? Jarrell Peppers? You got to be freaking kidding me. Yinzer Woj, man, thank you for becoming a member, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining the Know-It-Alls Nation, man. We appreciate you guys joining it, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. Big B's hairdresser. Dan, that's a diabolical name, too. He said, hey, G, how much do you see a drop-off from Styles to Hill? So we're talking about green dot linebacker. So let's go back and say this. Sonny Styles is the most combine, unnatural freak at the position of middle linebacker that I've ever seen in my whole life. You've never seen a guy that big, that fast, and that athletic. But what makes it even better is when you roll the tape on Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles was the best player in the Big Ten championship game. Sonny Styles was the best defender with a defense that had Caleb Downs and Arvell Reese on it multiple times. The tape even more so matches his athletic ability. Forget the fact that he's 6'4", 6'5", 240 plus pounds, 240 something pounds, and runs a 4.4 and's got a standing broad jump of 11.2 and a 40 something inch vertical and runs a 4.4. Go put the tape on. Okay, now, Anthony Hill, okay, super athletic, very traditional inside middle linebacker, right? Go put the tape on with him. And he's not a bad athlete. Let's be clear. He's a high 4.4, low 4.5 guy. He's downhill, right? And he aligned the Texas defense. And really to tell you the truth, Anthony Hill, when he first got to Texas, he was an edge. They moved him for need to the middle linebacker, and he actually learned how to play the position. So where I say Sonny Styles is an early first-round draft pick that you don't normally get at middle linebacker, Anthony Hill is a late first-round, early second-round draft pick, right? Anthony Hill would start at least half the NFL teams at middle linebacker. He would start. Sonny Styles would start probably over everybody in the National Football League outside of Roquan Smith. I mean, there's the difference. There's the difference. Sonny Styles is a legit green dot middle linebacker. Legit. Anthony Hill's a legit green dot middle linebacker, but there's your difference. Okay? If that helps clear it up for you. Right? Right. Still Elise said, Peppers couldn't make this defense. He was only good for special teams. Well, we know that. Raymond, hell no. Hell no. We better not re-sign Quiet Water. Get him out of here. Well, we don't need him. Bay, Harmon, Black, Hayward, Benton. No, we don't need him. We don't need him. No, we don't know. We don't need him. Sean says, look, zone blitz only works if you got the right plugs. That's correct. That's correct. And you have to be aggressive enough to be able to blitz from the defensive backfield, Cal. Victoria said, hey, man, Anthony Hill was Colin Simmons before Colin. So make no mistake, he can be an all-pro green dot linebacker. Ma's saying that from a biased opinion, but he's actually telling you the truth. He's actually telling you the truth. He really is. Anthony Hill. So if say we had an opportunity, I'm going to throw this scenario by you. Say at 21, we go a different way. We got pick 53. We got 3/3. First day of the draft goes by. All the teams reset their boards. Pick 33 is the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to look for a quarterback on the defense for them. Anthony Hill's the guy. But if the Pittsburgh Steelers came to them and said, we'll give you 53 and 1 of the thirds because we want Anthony Hill, that's a win. That's a win. But we could also sit at 53. Trotter's there, who's got the professional pedigree. I mean, his daddy is Jeremiah Trotter. His brother does play in the National Football League. Yeah. Out of Missouri, he's a middle linebacker, right? The kid, Rodriguez, out of Texas Tech, is a middle linebacker. He's a little small in stature, but he's definitely going to get the defense lined up and put in the right position. The kid out of Cincinnati is a green dot middle linebacker. The kid out of Indiana is a green dot middle linebacker. So we got options, but your top two is Hill and Styles. Against Alabama his freshman year, he gave the little fella fits, Bryce Young. Yeah, he had 3 sacks against them. Yeah, we know that. We know about Anthony Hill. But you ain't got to prove to these people what Anthony Hill is. We know what Anthony Hill is. We know what he is. And he's a legit green dot middle linebacker, right? Cal, I do believe it. We do got the right plugs. We do. Now, going back to defensive backs. I asked you guys, I ain't seen that much response. Do we have a top 5 defensive backfield? That's a yes or no. Do we have a top 5 defensive backfield? My second question is, how early do we go in the draft for another DB? How early do we go after a safety or corner? And I know there was a lot of yins out there. Yeah, we gotta go 21 to get us the safety out of Oregon. I'm just gonna put it out there. If the safety out of Oregon's sitting there If Omar Cooper's sitting there and Vega's sitting there, who you taking? Let's be clear. Let's ask the hard question. From the Steelers, what you know, if Vega's there, if Omar Cooper and Thielemann, the safety out of Oregon, is all sitting there, who you taking? If your answer is not Vega, you're diabolical. If your answer is not Vega, you're diabolical. Oh, they spoke. They did a live poll. 64% said yes. 36% said no. Okay. Yeah. Would I trade our first round and number 92 in our fifth? Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, Raymond. To go get Vega? It depends where I got. But you ain't got to trade all of that. You only need 250 points. You can go from 21 to 15 for 250 points. That's a third round pick. Yeah. But I'm just saying, if Vega, Thielen, now let's get in the second round. Say hypothetical. At 53, you got either one of the Bell boys wide receiver. You got Zachariah Branch, and you have Pregon from Oregon. And then for some reason, the safety out of Toledo is sitting there, or the safety out of South Carolina is sitting there. Who you taking? That's my point. Listen, we go back in the first and back in the first. You got Vega, you got Thielemann, you got Omar Cooper. Say for some reason, McCoy or Terrell out of Clemson is sitting there, top corner. Who you taking? The chat's saying it. The chat understands. Oh, Bernard, absolutely. Bernard. The chat is saying it all day and night. The priority's not there at corner or safety. Not on the first or at the second. Not at the first or the second. It's not there. The third is there. The third is there. Yeah. 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 We want Vega. I mean, we all know that. But the priority, Raymond, I ain't mad at Pregon. Pregon is a dog too. I ain't mad at him. Yeah, Vega. No, Christine, Christine, you always want them big dudes, man. I mean, what the hell? Christine, what you doing over there, man? Christine, we can't go lineman picks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can't do that, Christine. We just can't. We can't go lineman. We just can't. Can't do it. Right? We can't do it picks 1, 2, 3, first, second, and the 3/3. Christine wants to go all defensive linemen and all offensive linemen. Yeah, Raymond, we do need the Godfather. Yeah, Coleon. Yeah, we need him. We need him at third. Christine, we can't because we need wide receivers, Christine. We need wide receivers. You can't. We need wide receivers, Christine. We really do. We need a linebacker, Christine. yeah, she really does. Christine, we just can't do it. We can't do it. We need a middle linebacker. We need wide receivers. So we can't go defensive tackle, offensive guard, offensive tackle. We can't do that. We can't do it. Okay. I know what your preference is, but we just can't do it. Right? Oh, we got a new guy. Nick Gangs, man. Never seen you in the chat, man. Make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. I appreciate the comment. We need a guard. Guy safety's already. That's facts. That's facts. Cooper first, Pregon second. Hey, Sean, I ain't mad at that, boy. Boy, if we hit that lick, oh, man, it's on and popping. We get Cooper in the first and Pregon in the second? Come on, man. Come on, man. Run it. Run it, man. Run it right now. Hell yeah, I'm taking that. So, but yeah. So, we got another new member, man. Robert, man. Robert OHDE. I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it. But Robert, man, we appreciate you becoming a member over here on the Know It Alls podcast channel. Thank you so very much, man. Thank you so very, very much, man. Robert, we appreciate it, right? Right? Christine said, LG, what do you think about Neil? He's in the third. Yeah, I like him. I like him. But let me be clear about this too. There's another guy, just like I've been telling y'all about Vega. Just like, we got another member. Alonzo Dunn, my dude, he gifted 5 memberships. So the next 5 comments is going to become members. Yeah, thank you, Alonzo. He gifted 5 memberships. 5 memberships. Thank you, Alonzo, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for support on the channel, man. We really, really appreciate it. So I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this. Say this. Could you imagine if we're able to be in a position to take BPA? Can you imagine if that? Yeah. So Christine likes it. Christine said, Big G, you are now a member. Christine, I'm a member. I run the channel. What do you mean? I run the channel, man. I run the channel. Christine said, I do have Cooper in the first, Pregon in the second. Yeah, that's a great deal. That's a great deal, man. Right? And Sean, for sure, that gives us the ability to go up and down the board. Up and down the board. Those 3/3 are huge, right? But as I close out the show, the bottom line is this. 64% said we have a top 5 defensive backfield. 64%, right? And Mark Cunningham, you're right. You know what that means, why we're in a position to be able to take the BPA? Because we fixed the roster. We fixed the roster, right? So we're in position to where we can maybe take BPA, but that's because we got good production on paper right now for the Steelers. He said, would you trade back to get another second? Yes. Yes. Because I think the Steelers trading back from 21, 25, 26, 27, I think at that point, Pregon is the target. Or the wide receiver in the first, and with 2 seconds, maybe Pregon drops, maybe Rutledge is there, so you feel that need. But I'm comfortable with Pittsburgh trade. For the first time in a long time, I'm comfortable with Pittsburgh trading up or down. I'm okay with Pittsburgh trading up to go get Vega. I'm good with it. For some crazy reason, if they feel that they can get Sonny Styles, go get him. I'm okay with it. If they feel that Omar Cooper is going to get picked by pick 17 or 18, and they need to go from 21 to 17 or 18, I'm okay with it. I'm also okay with them going backwards. If they feel that Pregon is a target late first, yeah, they can mess around and still get Cooper at 25, 26. That's facts, right? That's facts, right? So, yeah, I'm okay with it. If they feel like they want to trade back and Caden McDonald becomes a pick, yeah, I'm okay with that. Can we trade all of our 5th, 6th, and 7th for another 2nd and 3rd? We could possibly package. Let me say this, and I'm going to get off the air. 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks. Well, let me say 6th and 7th are used to package 3rds and 4ths to move to 2nd and 3rd. I'm going to say it again because I said it real fast. 6th and 7ths are packaged with 3rds and 4ths to move to the 2nd and the 3rd. That's why they do it. That's why they do it. They package them together to move up, right? Seconds are packaged a lot of times to go in the first. Sometimes 3rds are, right? So sometimes you use those picks to acquire. And that's why I said the Steelers have 5 of the top 100. They can move up and down the draft board anywhere they want to. They really can get the players that we need. We can actually get it, right? Tyrone, I know. But guess what? This is a new, you know why you ain't seen it? I don't know how old you are, Tyrone, but you know why you ain't seen it? Because diabolical Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert. And Kevin Colbert traded up a lot. Devin Bush, big trash. Ooh. Makes my blood pressure go up just thinking about him. Traded up to get that bum. Get him out of here. Right? So Kevin Colbert traded up. He did. But for some big trash. Right? And Mike Tomlin ain't in the room no more. Yeah, we traded up for Broderick Jones too. on Short Bus. Get him out of here, too. Get him out of here. What up, Mean Green, man? What's cracking, man? Good to see you. All right, y'all. I got to get the hell out of here. I appreciate it. We had about 80 some odd people in here. We appreciate all the memberships that came aboard today for the Know It Alls podcast channel. Make sure if you have not liked and subscribed, like and subscribe. And he said, "Yeah, Colbert was freaking trash, Nick, trash." Make sure if you haven't liked and subscribed, like and subscribe. Share the podcast with all your friends. The Know It Alls podcast channel. We are live daily. There's daily content that's up live. Me, my brother Mob, my boy Tate Boy Fresh. We do all kind of shows. I will be back tonight on my other home channel, Steelers Almighty, with my boy Big B. Gonna be a diabolical show tonight on the big show over there. And then I'll be back tomorrow with my boy Curb, my dude Tate Boy Fresh on Smash the Gas. And for all you guys that started following us or watching us all on Steel Curtain Network, we announced it a little bit today. We're going to add a little bit more to the sauce today. Pump Your Brakes is back as a show. There's a lot of us that followed us and watched us with PYB on Steel Curtain Network. Pump Your Brakes is coming back, and it'll be broadcasted exclusively on the Know It All podcast channel. Myself, Tate Boy Fresh, and the Triple OG Shannon White will be every Wednesday. We're working the time out right now. But every Wednesday, you're going to see Pump Your Brakes and Smash the Gas. So all y'all that like Shannon is officially now one of the diabolical leaders over here on the Know It Alls podcast channel. And he'll be joining us weekly, every week for the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Hey, listen, my boy Tate Boy Fresh will be back tomorrow at noonday. Make sure you guys check him out. Once again, I appreciate it all. We've seen a lot of memberships today. So we thank you guys for all rocking with us. We appreciate all y'all being in the live chat. Thanks again. Have a wonderful and great afternoon, and we'll holler at you. Peace.
Yeah. Keep it real when I walk, keep it real when I talk. I'ma keep it real, give you something you can feel when I talk.